Thank you for joining us. We are here at the Northeast Flyers skate zone, getting ready as Roman Catholic takes on Archbishop Ryan and the Conwell Egan hockey team. I'm Dan Connick, joined here with Luke Ayling. Ayling getting his broadcasting debut here tonight. And it was just about 15 years ago that I made mine in this very building as the Roman hockey broadcaster for the first time. So, Luke, you look at Conwell Egan, who is number one in their division, and Roman number two. Egan 3-1 on the season. What is the key for Egan and Ryan tonight to win this game?
Yeah, I think the main key is just capitalize on every opportunity. Logan Parade with 5 goals, the goal leader only playing 3 games. I think they just need to capitalize on every opportunity and rack up the points.
I agree, and something that we talked a little bit earlier in the week about was that they need to stay out of the penalty box. We talked to Matt Sheridan, who said that his team takes unnecessary penalties at times because they get frustrated. So the goal for them is to stay out of that penalty box here tonight. We're bringing you a radio feed as they're making some repairs to the broadcast booth. So we are at the fan side, sitting far down as possible away from the crowd. It will be Conwell Egan wearing their red, black, and white, the colors of Archbishop Ryan. So they switch off their uniforms each week, and it'll be Roman Catholic wearing their black, gold, and purple. Roman will move from right to left if you were looking at the screen, and you will see Conwell Egan, Archbishop Ryan move from left to right. The two teams are combined with each other. We'll try to remember to refer to them that way. It does become a little bit difficult at times. In goal today for Arch Archbishop Ryan and Conwell Egan is Liam Schickling, and we'll get you the goaltender on the opposite side in just a moment. We're just about ready to take the start this game for a puck drop. It is 17 minutes here in varsity high school hockey. Goaltender for Roman Catholic does not have a number on his back. And we're just underway here as Roman with the faceoff as they win it. They're taking out to the far way. They slide across in the stop, but the slides all the way through now to the near boards. It's a battle for theirs. Both teams are up against the boards in the corner, and both teams continue to pin the puck there. It's eventually dished back out now. And that one's going to hit the netting and out of play. So just 30 seconds into this game, and we already see our first puck go out of play. The face-off will be on the near side. There's one there again by Roman. They give it back to the point. They pass this one around the boards over to the far side. Falling down the ice there was a member of Ryan Egan. And it's another pass play, but Egan going to intercept this one and clear this one down. This one will be passed up, though, to the near side by Khan. Khan's going to ice this one as it's sent all the way down. And icing early in this game. How could those early icings, Luke, affect your team's momentum in the game?
It can really affect the momentum. When you're trying to set up a scoring opportunity and you just get that brutal icing, it can really just screw up the momentum of your drive and put it all the way on the side of the ice.
Face off. One here by Ryan Egan, and they're able to keep it in at the blue line as Roman Catholic was able to intercept it now as they're moving back out to center ice and down. A slash there, but play on, says the referees. It's into the far corner now with Kevin Brown. Brown gets back off to the point where Egan's able to intercept it, brings it back down the other way. Egan dances into Ryan's or Roman's zone. That one passed off. The slap shot. Backhanders blocked the side, and 3 quick saves here by Roman. And now going back out now the other way with it, there is Ventui. Ventui sends one in as he's going to go off on a change. As Egan that's able to gain possession, now they bring it over to the far side into Roman's end. This one shot towards the net, but it goes wide and all the way through. And a battle there along the boards. This was sent back out to center ice where Ryan is able to regather and send it across. This one ball over to the near side. It was a sloppy puck play, and that allows now Gavin Ellis, who is for Roman. They got it momentarily, but then it's intercepted there by Bryson, who takes a shot and a stop as a play. As the goalie hang on to that one with 16:11 to go here in the first period. Check that. It is not Liam. It is Liam and net. It was Logan Perret out. Mistake earlier in this game. It's the face-off one here to the left of the goaltender by Roman Catholic. Roman gives it up. There's a shot that goes off the post, and now is canned right down and fight score. That one off of Mackenzie Martinez. The initial shot bangs off the near post, goes back behind. They slide it back out in front, and Egan Ryan's going to take the early 1-0 lead.
That was a great goal there. Goalie got really confused, passed it right in front of the crease, and just dumped it right in the net. Good goal by Ryan and Egan.
Definitely a little confusion there, but the early 1-0 lead with 15 minutes to go now here in his first period to play. Sloppy face-off there, won by Ryan Egan. And it's brought along down to the near way. It is Con with it. Con passes it up, gives it off there to another one of his team members. We don't have his name on our roster as that was a late change early tonight. It's battle for it in the corner over to the far side. It's along the boards, and they're going to whip this one towards the net, does Roman, but it's blocked aside as Schickling was there, and it's brought back along down in the near way. Battle for it there. Two players go down to the ice. Roman going to gain possession. They're back in the neutral zone. They pass it up, but Ryan Egan's able to pass this one back down and firing this over to the far way there off the stick of Ethan Eisler, who was unable to get anything going, and that allows Ryan Egan to poke it back in. Loose stick out there on the ice, 14-13 to go here. It is Roman with it. They have it back behind their own net as they're waiting to set something up, and you have a man for Egan right down in front. This will pass over the far way, and moving up with it there is Khan. Khan passes it ahead, and gathering into the zone now is Roman. They're back behind the net over at the near side as they carried it all the way through. Still holding there against the boards there is Roman. Pass it back out to the point there. Holding, firing through traffic. That's not going to go. That one came off the stick of Win Whiskey. And we'll have a stoppage of play as that one hit the safety netting, and then the net came dislodged.
Yeah, great save by Cole Bootham in net. They seem very composed on defense even when Roman is put in the pressure.
It will be Butler into the face-off circle for Roman, but Ryan Egan's going to win it now as they're along the near boards. That one disrupted. There's a play into the corner, gathering our group of players, and then it eventually comes out to the point that's towards the net, but it's not going to go. Over the near side, rebound, not going to go as that one was blocked through traffic, but it's a continued battle for the puck now into the far corner. Roman Catholic with it. They're holding a backhanded along the boards. Back behind it goes, trying to get it to Butler. Butler has it. Butler looking, waiting, and holding ahead. And it's eventually going to be moved up now. There goes a shot. There's a few players fell down in front of the net that of Archbishop Ryan and Conwell Egan, and it allows Roman Catholic to move up with the puck. Out into the neutral zone, though, it goes. And moving in there now with it is Roman. They have it over to the far side to the left of the goaltender. Schickling waiting. This one banks off the side of the net, back behind. Over the far way, whipped around the boards there and kept in at the blue line as Egan Ryan was attempting to clear this one. They're able to on a second attempt, but just briefly before Ryan whips this one, or before Roman rather whips this one back in and goes off on a change. The puck back down in net. Roman has it and score. As that one just slid right out in front off the backboard. A wicked bounce there. And that allows them to tie this game at 1-1 with 12:27 to go.
Yeah, great capitalization by Roman Catholic. It's going to be a heavy scoring game, and I think it's going to ultimately down to not how many goals each team can score, but how well they can defend them.
Michael Devlin in the face-off circle, one of those better face-off men for a Roman Catholic, but it is won here by Archbishop Ryan and Egan. They have it. They took it back in their own zone. They're going to whip this one out to center ice. Gathering along the boards there was Brown, but now Ryan able to gather. They send this one out in front. 2-on-1 off the crossbar. It did not go. A perfect opportunity there to regain the lead just 10 seconds later. But that one's not going to go. And then this one fired all the way through now into the corner. It is Ryan and Egan that's going to gather. They have it back out. It's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Now a 3-on-1 that's developing, but that one just down the reach of Logan Parade. As he's going to gather in the corner, take a weird shot from the corner there. It's going to go all the way through to the other side. Trying to center this one out in front there was Blake Martinez, but nobody was home. And that allows Roman to clear it, but then a delayed offsides forces Archbishop Ryan Egan back. This one goes over, deflected there off a Logan Parade stick, and we will have a hooking call. This one on Roman Catholic. So Beacon in the box for hooking. And a first power play here for Egan. If you're Egan, what are you looking to do on this power play right now?
I think you're looking to try and capitalize on this opportunity, but don't try and get too aggressive. Keep your spacing and use that one man advantage so you can get a goal here and capitalize.
I agree. 11:30 to go here to face off to the right of the goaltender. First power play opportunity here. And the face-off is one, but then tangled up and sent back out to center where Egan and Ryan's going to gather and whip this one back in. They'll chase now, feigning on the pass there back behind the net was Roman. And this one's going to force to stay in along the near side, but then eventually sent out to center, touching the safety netting, and the face-off is just going to be right out to the blue line. Face off one here by Roman New, moving up fast. It's just them and the goaltender now, but then the defense able to get back there. But a weird angle shot's able to come off. That one off the stick there. Butler over the far away. Butler has it, but now intercepted here by the men in red and black. But then intercepted once back and interrupted there as we saw when Wesky going back in, and as now Egan and Ryan able to gather back into the Roman zone. They send this one off the right shoulder of the goaltender over the far corner. Physical play picking up here. Puck is gathered at the Roman blue line and sent the length of the ice. 1:10 left on this power play and 10:38 here in this first period. A tie game at 1. Moving along the near boards there with it now is Ryan Egan. They're fanning on the pass there. The second attempt is blocked. They have it back out through center, just at the center mark. This one sent over to the far corner. It's going to come around down to the near side, and Egan's going to be able to gather. They're looking. They went off on a change. It's just two men in the offensive zone on the rush. They get it back out, but under the stick there, Lawson Pierce. As we see Blake Martinez go back together now, just back behind his own net and getting direction by Logan to move it over now to the near way. So it's sent over to the far side there. It was Gavin Miller who's been out there for the first time. Miller with the puck though along the far way. Miller looking, gives it along to the near side, but nobody home. Miscommunication there. Allows Roman to move back in with it. 20 seconds to go here. Roman has it in Egan's end. Here goes a shot on goal. Glove save. Drop back out now to Archbishop Ryan Egan. They're moving up with far way. They just passed the Roman bench. They have it over to the far side. Backhand this one into the corner. Try back behind the board to the side. They get it. Shot goes through, but it is blocked out just in that slot area and eventually set back out through center. That'll expire this power play, and it'll be 9:29 here in the first period. Tie game at 1. Possession back behind the net is you have two men in red and black and one in Roman, and Roman triumphs. Roman comes out now. They're out through center. A 1-on-3 developing. They have some help now. Over the near way. It's on the stick there with Johnny Findlay. Findlay loses it. It's trying to get it back out to the point. They're able to, but then it just trickles out to the center line. And Roman's going to have to move up with it. They have it over to the far side. And with this one back in, is rushing in with it. There is Egan and Roman. Roman wins the rush there. They have it out into the far corner. They're trying to backhand it along the boards, being tripped up there is Martinez. Martinez back to his feet, puck in hand. He's moving up to the near side, banks it off the center boards, trying to get a little bit of clearance, but then Roman's able to bank this one back in, but Martinez gathers, fires over the middle of the far side, where he'll just push it up and out through center. So a little choppy play here as of late as both teams got one goal. A shot here from Roman coming out from the blue line goes wide. Not really a threat there as the puck just dances in front of Ryan's bench. And Logan Parade's going to gather and hold. Or Liam Schickling, rather, is going to gather and hold with
Cole Boothman,
8:22
I
to
think,
go.
doing that.
Is it Boostman?
Yeah.
Boostman in net, our advantage point, not the best from where we're at down the corner. Much prefer to have something up high. We're working on that for you as time goes on, and it is one there by Roman. Roman gets a shot off, but it's kicked aside there by Boosman. Puck along the near way. Roman gathers back out through center, fires it over just in front of the small boards, or the short boards rather, in front of the benches, and then it is eventually sent back over the near way as Roman Catholic loses it, and that allows Egan Ryan to move up with it. Near side now. Here goes a shot that's just misses and covered as that one was looking for that little bit of corner that was open. It did not go into stoppage of play now with 7:55 here in its first period. It'll be Tyler Churn in for the face-off. This one backhanded near his side, and both teams will battle for it behind the net as Roman that triumphs with it over at the far way as they dance out now through neutral ice. They send this one down. It just trickles into Roman, or to the opposite end rather, as Roman trickles it into the Ryan Egan zone. It's brought up now. Egan has control of it out through center. They dance in the Roman's end now. They have a fire score. That one is right in the dancing through the center portion of the ice. Whereas Egan and Ryan, they fire that one in, and the goal is going to be credited to Tyler Shern, a Archbishop Ryan student, to put his team back on top 2-1 with 7:28 to go.
Yeah, great snipe by Tyler there. Just got really up the ice, super aggressive, cut away from the defender, and just put it right into the left shell.
2-1 game now. As a Roman Catholic is finding themselves down again. We knew this was going to be a good game coming in. That's all we heard about all week. And it is blocked aside there now. As Roman has to come back into their own end. They're being pressured. They finally whip it up the far way, just in front of the benches. It's a battle for the puck there, but eventually dish back into the zone. But then Ryan Egan able to clear it. It comes skittering down along the near boards. Gathering there now in the near corners. Roman, they send it over to the far corner, but let it bounce off the boards and up the side. And now it's a hesitation at the Roman blue line that allows Egan to get a handle on it, and they dance back in with it. A shot's going to come off, but it's blocked aside, never goes through. That one off the second Matt Sheridan, and that allows Roman to move up with it. Roman dancing in now the far way in Egan's zone. Roman trying to center back out in front, but blocked aside. Had to go in the near corner. Now out to the near point. That one almost intercepted and brought back out. And it is now on the second attempt, but Roman able to whip it back in, but can't touch it on delayed offsides. So that allows Egan to send this one back down. Roman off on a defensive change, and Egan able to intercept at their own blue line. It's a battle for the blue lines at this point, as Roman's able to intercept it at the opposing blue line with 6:14 to go. Moving out there with it now the far way is Roman. Roman dancing in now the far part of the goaltender. And the mishandling of the stick there allows this one to go all the way to the boards. They have to come out to the near side. They send this one through traffic. It doesn't go. And it's finally dished back out through center as Ryan Egan has control of it. They move out to the far way. Take a slash there as they move in. Pass on their side and then fanning on the shot there, and then a rebound coming back out and fanning on the initial shot there was Ron Krager. Krager slapping his stick down on the ice in frustration as he had himself a wide open net. That's along the near way now. It is Ryan with it. Ryan sent it up the near way. They are not able to gain control at Roman's blue line as we saw Gavin Ells come in to gather, and now it's spun back out through center. Waiting for it there at center ice was the men in red and black, but a choppy puck is going to go down into that far corner as Egan Ryan goes back to gather. Egan with possession now at the blue line, and they just send this one in from center. It doesn't go all the way down, so it defeats the purpose as it's Roman back out through center. A touch pass there by Devlin. Spins around, and Devlin goes down hard to the ice, and that allows Egan and Ryan to gather. Moving in there now is Martinez. Martinez loses it at the red hash mark. And then gathering it, there's Roman again. They center this one back out. So it's Ryan through center. Goes all the way through. Logo Parade has it. Back out through center again, but that one into the skate now. And a couple missed opportunities there, missed pass opportunities, and we had ourselves a delayed all sides, but Roman is able to gather now a push up with it, but now they spin away. They sent it far away. They're still going off on a change. Almost too many men on the ice there as they were attempting to get off. Battle for it now. Ryan wins it. There's a shot that goes high and wide. That one off of Connor Bryson, so a couple high shots from him for 15 to go here, the first.
Yeah, Conwell, Egan, and Archbishop Ryan here are doing a great job staying composed when they have the puck, have the advantage on possession time, and I think they just need to stay composed so they can have the highest chance to score when they have the puck.
Face off to the right of the goaltender here. It is Tyler Shern and the goal scorer, last goal scorer for Egan here. Shern has it, fires it towards the net just wide. He puts his head down as he thought he should have had that one. This one back out through center parade, trying to gain control, but Roman able to push it back into the Egan zone. And it is eventually gathered by Egan, sent across out through center. A dangerous situation there, but Shern able to gather and push it up with it. 3:50 to go here in his first period of play. Egan and Ryan find themselves up with 1-0 in this game. This one backed off the boards just in front of the Egan Ryan bench and then back out now for Roman. Roman gathers in their own end. They fire this one over in front of Egan's bench again where they gather and they fire this one towards the net. That's an easy save there by Boozman and pushed it into the corner. Battle for the puck there now in the corner. It's gathered now and moved up by Ryan. Ryan has it, moving over with it. They have it. Far hash marks tripped up a tiny bit there, but no call as Shern had to handle the puck, but just a little too far out in front of him with 3:15 to go. Battle for it then again down the far boards. Ryan's able to gather in their own end and set it down. They're going to go off on the change as Egan and Ryan. Roman with it. Roman fanning. Here's Egan Ryan. They try to set her down in front, but it goes off the outside of the cage. Battle just in front of us now. As Matt Sharon pokes it back behind the net as he took a hard hit there from Chase Butler. This was shot out to the slot area, but the men in black, gold, and purple were there. The block of the side and they'll move up with it. They had it out through center. Disrupted there, though, by Connor Bryson. Bryson able to flick this one down into Roman's end, and Roman's just going to send this one into the far corner. They'll wait back behind the net, trying to get themselves time to set up. A Logan Parade had a different idea as he pressured them, and that allows Archbishop, Ryan, and Egan to regain control back out through center ice. Egan still out through center. They dish it in Ryan's zone down the near way. Moving with it. One-handed slide all the way across the rebound, but the lift of the stick there. Great defense by Roman. Does not allow that one to go. This one out through center now where Roman's able to gather. They have it far away. They're going to come off on a defensive change. They take a shot close on goal. Rebound left down on the side. As the original one hit off this outside of the net. The puck still to that right side. And then it's eventually gathered now but then kicked away, and then Roman able to gather it again, fired it towards the net, danced through traffic, and somehow ricocheted all the way back down, and an icing will be called, as they'll say that it was a Egan Ryan player that sent that puck back down.
Yeah, great composure from Bootham and net. Just even when there are so many guys in front of the net, he still finds a way to get his pad on the puck when every shot is taken at him.
Michael Devlin into the faceoff circle to the right of Boofman. Devlin loses it. The Egan Ryan, so one of the better faceoff contenders, unfortunately, did not get there today. Devlin, a former student of mine, is among some of the other players out there in the ice for Roman. And the puck handled just kept in at the blue line, but then on the second attempt, Ryan Egan's able to send this one back out. They're going to let it go, though, and allow Roman to send this one all the way down. And it was a smart move there as they saw Roman getting tired. It wasn't icing, so they were expecting them to make the mistake, which they did. 121 to go here in the first period of play. It is a 2-1 game with Egan on top. Devlin will take the faceoff circle down to near way, and it will be Joey McGee for Conwell Egan doing the same. Devlin wins this faceoff. McGee, one of the smaller players out there, will handle zone. A hard hit back behind the net, and slow to get up there is Joey McKee. So two different players. We have a McGee and McKee. Um, It's a little confusing if you're a broadcaster, but Roman back behind the net now. They try a wraparound shot that's not going to go. And it just kept in at the center part of the blue line. Whipped in from the near point and then blocked the side. Trying to gather it there. Did it go out? Says the linesman, and it did. So Roman's got to retouch as Devlin. So they whip it back in and down. And an icing call. So we looked at this early and we thought we had, Joey had two numbers, but Joey Mickey, so MCGEE, so we're assuming that is a student from Archbishop Ryan, and Joey Muggy from Conwell Egan with 38 seconds to go. So we'll be confusing ourselves all night and throughout the remainder of this season, I'm sure.
Yes, we will.
Tyler Stern went into faceoff. Parade able to get a stick on it momentarily, but then it's disrupted along the near boards. 30 seconds now. This one just kind of slitting out in center and then whipped back in. Another hard hit there in the half boards. Roman really putting up the pressure now as they whip along to the far way. Backhanded along. Moving ahead, there's Winetsky. Winetsky moving up with it. Winetsky takes a shot that goes all the way through, left out in front, but the men in purple unable to get there. Down to the final 10 seconds. Moving up with it there is Egan. Egan just dishes it from the far corner. Back behind the net or the other side where Egan and Ryan are waiting for, and that is how we will end this first period of play. So it's a final 2-1 right now here in the first period. We'll take a quick break here in your Eagle Eye Network, and we come back. We'll have your second period of action. Start the second period. They Connor here again with Luke Ailing. It is Ryan and Egan up right now, but Roman Catholic going to win the face-off there. It's a 2-1 game. This one brought back out through center delay offside, and that allows Ryan and Egan to regather here. They have along in near way. It's Jackson St. John. The Conwell Egan player takes a hard wicket hit into the near boards, but then that one is returned back behind the net there by Logan Parate, and it is now moving up with it. There is Tyler Shern, but he has it disrupted out through center and it's along in near boards. And it is still held there by Parade. Parade, though, loses it right out just in front of net, but then he gets it right back. They're back at the point area now as they fire this one into the corner. And it's wrap around. Shot does not go. It's forced back into that far corner once more. And that allows room to gather at that far point and back out. Well, moving up with it, they dish this one now into the far away. They're going to gather back behind the net, disrupted there by the boards as Sean Schubert's able to gather. He holds, gives it off the near way. They're still in Egan's end. Egan sends this one all the way across, bounces off the center board right in front of the orange sign, in front of the penalty box, and down. Both teams battle out through center. This one fired in. It is kicked aside by Boosman, and a rebound left out in front and score. That one off of Michael Devlin. And that one off of a bad play there by Conwell Egan. They tried to backhand to give it to the goaltender, but too many men for Roman Catholic around. That allows Devlin to fire that one right back into the net with 15:40 to go. Now a tie game at 2.
Very tough situation for colleague and Archbishop Ryan to overcome. You really need to keep the puck on your stick and clear out. But when the goalie's right there, it's hard to resist the pass back to him and ultimately gave up the goal.
Miller with it now out in his own end. Will fire this one across. It's held just in front of the room at bench and then poked ahead now for Egan Ryan into that far corner. This one back behind the net and then this to the corner again. Held at the point by Miller. Miller sends this one through Strickland and score. That one through the side into the back of the net. And Egan answers there as it ricocheted along the way in. And it's now 3-2 with 15:13 to go.
Great goal by Gavin Williams there. Right at the top, just got it low under his legs, deflected under the fence. Right to the great opportunity for a goal in the one done. So,
Face off one, or not really one, but interrupted, set back down. It's going to be Martinez that has to get her back behind his own net. Roman trying to get a shot off on the far corner, but Martinez gathers and he moves up with it. Martinez over at the far side. He sends it all the way in back behind the net. It goes, giving it a chase there. And it is Egan and Ryan who are able to disrupt the play, and they got it back out behind the net now. Here's a shot or a slide back out to the point, and a shot coming from the slide. That Sano from the point. The original pace go back out to the slot, then to the point where the shot came off, and it's not going to go. Got it for it long down the near way over to the far side, right to the left of the goaltender, and it is Roman Catholic over at the far corner, and then back out. Miller able to keep it in at the far point there as he whips this one all the way through to the near side, looking for another traffic out in front, but nobody was there. This one intercepted just at the Roman Catholic blue line there, or at the Conwell Egan blue line rather, by Egan and Ryan. This one sent back in now. Into the far corner goes in Egan Ryan's end. They backhanded along the boards, gathering and brought back out, and then eventually over to near way, where Roman was able to gather and bring it back out through center. They throw it up and give chase to it, and an icing call here, as it did appear that Michael Devlin was going to win that battle, but it is they do not have to actually get there. You know, it's not one that we got to touch the puck. So that one goes Egan's way and brought all the way back down now.
Yeah, Conwell League and Archbishop Ryan very comfortable applying pressure, knowing that on those defensive possessions for them, they can still stop the 2-on-1 and the 2-on-2 fairly easily.
This one's sent back along now. It is a battle for in Egan's end. They get it back out through the center part. And eventually sent back over, but a battle there, and it was sent back into Egan's end over to far away. Holding it there is Danny Snyder, a player from Archbishop Ryan, has moved up there, brought back out, and eventually sent back in far away. Egan and Ryan combining their teams this year as they did last year to put a team out on the ice. Roman Catholic with it now as they backhand it along into the near corner. Men in red for Conwell, Egan, and Ryan just slide this one into the crease area. The goaltender's able to gather with 13:05 to go here in the second period of play.
Like you mentioned earlier, Archbishop Ryan and Conwell Egan Catholic combining teams for hockey this year. It can make it very hard to have chemistry with your other teammates, especially when you don't see them all the time. But they're doing pretty well this season at that.
Shot off the faceoff goes on in the near pad of the goaltender. Lost his stick there out on the ice was number 11 Winskowski for Roman Catholic, but he's able to gather his team currently has it in the far corner. This was sent out to the far point. Shot coming from there, kicked off the pad over in the near way. And then trying to backhand it ahead there was Parade. He's able to clear it, and down it goes as is back behind Roman's net, bro, along the near way. Battle for their couple hard hits, and this one ricocheted off the wall out through center where Miller is just going to rip this one in back behind the cage as Roman's going to look to slow this pace down a bit. They come out with it now to the far way. They're dancing up now to the near way now. Out through the center portion of the ice, interrupted there, but Roman Catholic able to gain back in after the delay offsides, and a fire shot goes towards the net, but into the safety netting. 12:09 to go. 3 goals here for Archbishop Ryan Conwell Egan, and 2 for Roman Catholic. Ryan and Egan able to answer with just about 15 seconds from that last goal. Face off one here by Egan as they move up with it. They have it along the near side, just dancing in now into the Roman end. They wait at the slot and try to wait at the point, rather, try to pass it up. They're able to gather his look at Parade there, low Pierce, and then this one is kept in, calling for it out through center as a player, and the puck's eventually going to get there. Shot towards the net off the cage, now going to the opposite corner, and that one's not going to go and blocked aside. So a couple of perfect opportunities there. Egan is now taking shots on the net. That's a little further away from us, so a little bit more challenging to see at this point. Face off one there by Ryan Egan. They take a shot from the far point, and that's just going to stay back behind the net where Ryan's able to gather. They push up with it. They have it. They're trying to kick it ahead. They still have control. They're bringing it out through the center porch of the ice. They take a shot that ricochets off there, 21 to wide of the net, back behind. And now moving on there with it is Devlin. Devlin try to fire this one out through center. He does, but he doesn't have any help as Roman is unable to gain possession right now, and it's brought back into the or their own end by Egan and Ryan. Everybody holding, fanning. All the pace there was thrown back behind the net. That gives Egan a perfect opportunity right back out in that slot area, but no real help as a bouncing puck and a hard hit over there at the forwards, and everybody's good. That one just out in front of the Ryan bench, but going quickly to the bench there was Kemper. Hannah, as he appears to be a little shaken up, as Gavin Miller tries to clear this one out of his own end. Here comes a shot back out of the slot area that's held there by Boothman. So 10:27 to go. Kemper Hannah off. He's a little hunched over on the bench. We'll watch him to see if he comes back out at some point in this game.
Great goal save there by Boothman. I think Conwell Egan's strength right now is they're clogging the passing lanes. Really, when they have them two on two fast breaks or them 3-on-2 fast breaks for Roman Catholic, they just stop them right away because there's nowhere to pass the puck.
It is Roman with it back in their own end. They take it back behind their own net out the near way and then wrap this one around the boards. Egan unable to keep it as the point. And then they eventually send it back in the far side and give chase. But gathered over there at the far way, there's Kevin Brown. Brown brings along down the near side now. Trying to keep it at the point there again with Martinez, but it trickers out the center, and Egan and Ryan are going to have to retouch now. They set it up to the far way. Just crosses the far blue line in the icing as he was just a little too far out. 9:55 on the clock. 3-2 with just one penalty so far in this game. Faceoff will be along the near board now. Matt Sheridan in a face-off circle. He'll lose it. It's given out to Ryan at the point. Ryan has it back just to the right of the cage. It's taken to the far corner. Now send this one out in front, but Sheridan there waiting for it. Perfect. Tries to clear it, but it's got to at the 4 point. Sheridan has it back again the far away. Backhands this one again. It's kept back in again at that 4 point. So two missed opportunities for Sheridan. The third attempt on the clear is finally made by Sheridan and then sent back in a delay offsides. Then erupted there at the blue line momentarily, but now it's Martinez with it. Martinez crosses into the opposite end. The puck's kicked away from him and then booted away with the stick over in that near corner and then eventually brought out to the far side. Backhanded along the way there by Roman Catholic as they have possession back behind the net over in the far corner now where they gather and they're just going to play catch from the far corner back behind the net now brought out in the near way. Roman with possession. They set it up the near side, trying to interrupt that play there with Martinez. He's able to. He sends this one back in. Sheridan giving chase over the far way. He gathers. Sheridan in the corner now. Sheridan looking, waiting, try to center it out. Couple hard hits back behind. It's going to be a penalty call. Sheridan went down hard into the boards. That'll be the second penalty and extra pushing and shoving back behind the net. And if you're Conwell Egan, you got to be careful because these Roman players are going to try to get you to take one and then offset the minor. So Sheridan hard into the board. We'll see what the call is going to be. Referees are going to confer out in front. No, 8:51. Hard to see, but it looked like there was two penalties actually called on Roman Catholic. Interference was one. Then it looked like a signal of another penalty. They were waiting for the clock to show up here on the board. There it is, two penalties, 13 and 25 to the box. So it'll be a 5-on-3 here for the next 2 minutes to play. So interference didn't look like a slash. We couldn't really see, but all we know is Egan right now has that advantage of 5-on-3. They win the faceoff. They try to center this one out in front of the open net there. Not going to go as that one goes deflected up into the near side. So opportunity there for Egan and Ryan early that they can't capitalize on. 1:48 left on these power plays.
Yeah, this is a big minute and 48 seconds for Conwell and Archbishop Ryan. You can't be too aggressive in these situations. You got to keep your spacing so you get the best opportunity on these shots.
That shot through traffic's blocked away. Long in the near corner now. This one's centered back out, but Roman Catholic's going to send this one all the way back down. Boostman out on the near way. And drops it. Holding it there now. Sean Schubert back behind net. He's going to give it up there to Tyler Shern. Shern moving up way along down the near way. Shern has it. Going all the way through. Gets a shot. And a score! Off the post and in. It's 4-2. Conwell, Egan, Ryan on top.
Yeah, another snipe for Tyler Shern there. Great goal, fast break, just took it himself, caught the goalie slipping.
Perfect opportunity there, ran off the near post. Egan Ryan able to gain another goal there. It's 4-2, and they put a little bit more cushion through them now. So let's start as a hard hit in the corner against Sheridan that who had an interference call and what appeared to be slashing on number 25. So the original interference on Brown. Gavin Ells gets a slash along the way as well. Allows Egan now to go up 4-2 here. Second goal there for Shern here in this one, so he'll look for the hat trick. As it is Sean Schubert with it now in the Roman end. He tries to get it pass up, but it forces Logan Parade to come back. Now he's able to dance out through center relatively easily as Parade takes it back into his opposite end now. It's into the corner, then brought back out down to the near point. Egan Ryan able to gather, hold it, to give it off to the 4 point there. Now Sharon is still not back on the ice as it's gathered back over at the 4 point, brought back out through center. There's a shot that hits off a stick, goes in and off the pad, brought back out the other 4 point now to Egan and Ryan. Ryan takes a shot. That one danced through traffic again, not going to touch the net as Roman Catholic now has it in the corner, and they send this one the length of the ice. So 34 seconds left on the opposite penalty now. 4-2 right now. And a face off coming down here now as we had a stoppage of play in Egan Ryan's end. Michael Devlin in the face-off circle. Matt Sheridan. Sheridan back out now. Sheridan not able to gain full control of it, but then Marco Martinez is able to grab it and send that one down. That was Blake Martinez, rather. Sorry, Michael Martinez, student. And again, Blake has it now. Blake moving up. Score! Blake able to get the missed pass there. Has it, fires it towards the net, and it's now a 5-2 game.
Great score off the defensive line there for Blake Martinez. Another fast break opportunity, just left the right side wide open for the easy goal.
5-2, 7:04 to go here in the second period. Starting back into the face-off circle here for Egan and Ryan. Gavin Miller that's able to gather it as there's still no clear winner there. Egan trying to push it ahead, but it's got her back out through center by Roman. They try to backhand it along the way. It's kicked aside. That's eventually brought back in, wrapped all the way around the boards out to the other way. Out through center now with it. Fires this one into the far corner. Coming back behind the net there is Roman. There to gather. They try to bring it back out to the near side of the cage, but Blake Martinez wraps around the near side. And it's on not being able to be kept in there in the near side by Kevin Brown at the blue line. So that forces Roman to retouch now. 6:25 to go here. Roman up. A man now as there was a penalty there on Conwell Egan. 54 seconds left on that penalty. That one on to Connor Bryson. So brought back out now. This one trying to be set ahead there by Blake Martinez, but it's cut that along the boards there. Roman has it. They try to get a shot off out through center. It was off the stick there of Chase Butler, but didn't go through. Roman has it though out. They try to get back to the side. They do a wraparound shot on the other side of the cage. It goes all the way through and out to the other side and in the far corner. Out to the 4 point there now. Here's a famous shot from the point, and that allows Roman and Ryan to move up with it. They're going to send this one in on goals. They're going to go off on the change. 5:42 to go now. Well, back out in the far corner. So whipped ahead. Going down with it now. But the far away. Falling down there, a penalty will be called here. As it'll be probably tripping here on Egan. As Roman has it. Right now, they have the odd man rush as the goaltender's going off while they backhand this one in to the netting with 5:19 to go. So 5-2, a penalty here. As we saw, we do see a tripping call here.
Great power play defense there by Conwell, Egan, and Archbishop Ryan. Hopefully they keep him up for this next penalty.
Skylar Miller to the box for that tripping minor. Egan was doing extremely well staying out of the box at this point as they win the faceoff and send this one all the way back down. Roman Catholic moving up with it slow now. They have it the far side, but it's blocked out that far blue line and eventually set back in back behind the net. Roman Catholic signing the cross, wrapping around the boards, and they're going to move up with it the far. Roman gives it off. They just crossed the Egan Ryan line now. They backhand along the way, but sides all the way through the blue paint and over. Goaltender Boothman out of position there, but no damage is done. This one hits off the side of the cage. That allows Ryan Egan to gather. They bring it back out to the center portion of the ice. Bring it along now to the near side. Here comes a shot there by Shern that's blocked away. And Shern looking for his third goal and a hat trick of this game here tonight. 4:25 to go here. 1:06 left on the tripping minor. This one sent back in, back behind Ryan's net. It's just a glide along the boards. Going back for it there is Con. That's along in their board now. Interrupted there, sent back over to the far way. They're going to play catch back behind the net is Roman. This one eventually finally cleared and back down. But waiting for it there is Egan, and they're going to try to send us on the length of the ice, but it's not going to go. And a delay offside here and an offside call as they sent this one back in. Both teams will get the opportunity to change here. So we're now 2 periods in. 3:52 left here in the second, 34 seconds on the power play. What stood out to you so far about this Egan Ryan team in this game?
I think ever since that first period goal they gave up, this Egan Ryan team has been playing great defense on the backdoor passes. They haven't let up a single goal since the first period on them backdoor passes, and they can capitalize every time and change possession whenever those are made.
Ryan moving up, or Roman Catholic rather moving up with it now out through centers. They're going to bring it into the Ryan Egan, and now they're just going to dump and chase a near way. They're going to send it back out now to the far side there to get it out to the 4 point. Looking, waiting. There goes a shot that kicks off the pad and back out. Nobody along that near point, and the power play now is over. So Egan able to kill 2 power plays, and they're able to score quite a few. So their penalty kills working, and their special team working as well. This one brought back out the blue paint, blocked aside, kicked back out. And then eventually back in along the way. Hard hit. Here comes another shot by Roman from the far point. It is blocked and now taken back up here now by Gavin Barnes. Barnes along their way. He dumps and chases, but Roman Catholic's will get a stick on us. They're dance back out through the center portion of the ice. Kick it ahead. Now back into the Roman or Ryan Egan zone. And then Egan able to whip this one all the way down. They will take an icing here, but it was intentional with 2:38 to go. And not like the NHL where you can't change. You take it icing. You can get your players off here. So not a bad play there by Egan and Ryan because you saw them getting a little tired in their own end. So to ice that puck, get the change, get a fresh set of legs out there. Face off One by Egan to the far away. Miller, though, has to wrap it around the near side. Cat at the near point. Trying to center this one back out. Backhand along there was Roman. Roman with possession now as they dance this one back out now to the other side. Miller over that far away. He blocks it off as they were trying to whip it, but then Miller has to set it back down to the near side where Roman's able to gather. They try to send this one over to the far point. But waiting there was number 52, Ron Krieger, for Ryan and Roman. He's able to send this one back down into the opposite end. But then it's grabbed and then moved up with it, but then blocked off at the blue line there was um, Roman as Blake Martinez was able to keep it in along that near way. Back behind the net now. There's Martinez. Martinez backhands it along, but Roman Catholic able to gain control. They're moving up now with it along the near boards. Roman fires this one all the way across. Skips off the stick just a little bit. Center back out in front, but the men in red were there, and that center was off of the stick of Tom Lally as another shot comes over at the far way. Lally with it now at the near side. Lally trying to center this one back out, trying to get it onto the stick there on the 19, Christopher Renuti, and he's not able to do so. But this one ball back out to center. Roman off on the change now. Roman finished with their change. They have possession down through the center portion of the ice. 1:22 to go. This one over the far side. It is Gary Miller over the far corner. Miller tried to back end away, but gives it up, and this one slide all the way through by Devlin in that slot area as he was hoping for someone to be home. And another icing call. 1:08 and a little miscommunication down here if you're the or Roman team right now. So Roman's a little bit of miscommunication, forcing some bad passes and not really allowing them to get anything off at this point. So 108 different hockey game towards the end of the second period.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Ryan and Egan just have them shut off on all their plans they came into this game, and it's really hard when you have a plan coming into a game to switch it up and also execute that plan is the hardest part about it.
Roman with it now. They take a shot from that near board, so it's going to be kicked off the pad and then over to the far side, and then eventually brought back out through the center portion of the ice. Moving up there with it now is Shern. Shern drops it off down to the near point. Sends it over to 4 point, but it's intercepted there now. Here comes Roman down with it. That pass is going to be a little too far ahead into the corner. Johannes with it over there. That's what backhand along. Players falling on a near way for Roman Catholic as it is a choppy ice right now with 23 seconds to go here in there. Logan Parade with it now. Parade moving up through center. He dishes ahead of far away to the blue line. Dancing in with it there is Ryan, but then it's interrupted. Go back down the Parade. Parade trying to hug it against the boards. Still 11 seconds to go here. Player down back behind. And eventually back behind the net now over to the near side with Egan and Ryan in control. They try to start this one out in front. They do. Here comes a shot that's not going to go through traffic. A rebound is gloved and held just as the buzzer sounds. So 5-2, 3 goals here for Conwell, Egan, and Ryan in the second period. We're headed to the third. We'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. I get ready to start this final period of play here. It's 5-2. And Luke, you made a couple observations about this Ryan Egan team during the break.
Yeah, I believe they're just the reason they're so successful is because of how well rounded this team plays. The defensive line, led by Blake Martinez, has great stick defense that stops any fast break that Roman Catholic has. And especially when you have Tyler Stern up there at forward, you can just have those 1-on-2 fast breaks or even 2-on-1 fast breaks where he can just go and shoot it and score.
I agree. You definitely see them out there. Blake really taking control, taking charge, getting in the head there, or the heads there to Roman players. He's really able to gain control and move that puck around the ice with ease. So, Ryan Egan up 5-2. Their next home game will be, November 21st. Here, and that'll be our next broadcast. So we'll be a couple weeks out before we're back here. Be another 6:30 game here on the Eagle Eye Network. Roman Catholic winning the face-off there to send it over to the far way and then dancing in with it. Roman has it back out through center. A short shot goes off and then a rebound left out that doesn't go, so no danger. Another shot, a rebound left on the near part of the cage. That's not going to matter as Brian Egan moves up with it. They bank it off the half boards and down. And no icing this time as the referee was ready, but it was waved off at the opposite side. And this one brought back out through center or the far way. Backhanded along there now. Gathering a holding and trying to backhand it again. But now is Roman moving up with it the far way. Roman looking. They have it in the far corner. Try to get it back out through center. They were able to. But it was kicked back to the left of the net without anybody getting a stick on it. Brought back out to the near or far post rather. And it's not going to go. As that one sent back behind the net again and now in the near corner. Battle for it along there. And it's eventually brought back up the near way and sent down off the stick of a Conwell Egan Ryan player with 16 minutes to go. And just pushing them into the near boards there was Gavin Barnes. Intercepted though as Roman tried to clear. Here's a shot in the glove. Save. And it was Tyler Shern looking to capitalize on the mistake. Get the hat trick. Roman trying to clear, gave it right onto his stick. But a perfect save there here by Brody Net.
Yeah, amazing glove save there by the Roman Catholic goalie.
Face off to the right of him. It is Egan with it. Egan has it. He scores! That one off of Logan Parade. So Logan Parade going to add to it 6-2 with a quick shot off the face off. Gives Egan a little bit more momentum.
Logan Parade with his 6th goal on the season there. Great goal by him. And I feel like him combined with Matt Shern, no, sorry, my apologies, Tyler Shern is just giving them the lead in this game.
Both players keys out there on the ice here for Archbishop Ryan Roman and Archbishop Ryan Conwell Egan against Roman Catholic. Something touched the bench over there. 15:38 to go. To join us on December 7th at Shady Brook Farms as the Conwell Egan Broadcasting Club hosts a private wagon ride for the light show reserved with fire pits. We'll have all the makings for s'mores. You can order online. You'll find a link on our Instagram page, and we'll also be selling tickets in school this Friday and next. It is a battle for the puck back behind the Roman net. It is given up now the near way and score there. And that is Shern's third goal of the game as it was battling out behind the net. Puck back out. Shern gets a stick and just squeezes through the post and the goaltender. And the third goal for him. That hat trick now 7-2.
Great squeeze in for the hat trick for Tyler Shern as Colligan blows away with the lead. Looking very promising for them to come down with the win today.
Hockey, one of those games, you try to throw a quick advertisement out there, a lot happens, and it puts you about a half a second behind the play. But either way, it's a hat trick there. 15:19 to go. 7-2 our score. And it's one. Battled and sent down into the far corner of Roman's end. Roman Ganner brings it along the near side now, gets it onto the stick there of Khan. Khan sends it back into the far corner. He gets it right back as we'll play a little catch with his teammate. And then it's eventually sent back up and out through center. Trying to gather his room at that far end. It is eventually dished into the corner, held there. And then trying to backhand it out. Well, fanning there was Roman, and that allows now Ryan and Egan to gain control. It is Martinez with it. Martinez gets just across the blue line, takes a shot that hits off his skate into the corner. He tries to keep it at that far blue line, but it trickles out through center. This one's skittered along there now, trying to be kept in at the blue line. Backhand it now to Khan. Khan holding, crosses the blue line, sends it over, and they're going to gather and push up as Roman into the far side of Ryan Egan's zone, but then it is misplayed there, and that allows Ryan Egan to move back up with it. They're just going to push this one in the corner. Not going to give a whole lot of chasing right now. It's 14-16. This puck roll along down to the near side there. It is Khan with it. Khan moving up, carries this one along down to Finlay. Finlay tries to gain control, but he's going to lose it back in the near corner of Ryan Egan's end. And then it's eventually sent back over to far boards there now as Egan's going to fire this one across. This one sent ahead, but blocked just at that blue line there by Roman. Not a high stick as it was close. But it was forced into the corner, back behind the net now out through center. Here we go. Ryan Egan gain control. They have it. They just crossed the Roman blue line. A little traffic there. They fired this one towards the net. In on the goaltender goes with 13:37 to go. So yeah, December 7th at Shady Brook Farm, $20. You can order online. You can order in school the next 2 Fridays during all lunch periods and we will have a fun night, a fun outing for everyone.
I think that's a great upside to the Conwell and Archbishop Ryan team. They had a 3-on-1 there for Gavin Barnes, and he still got a good shot off. And that's what makes his team so dangerous is even if you have three defenders back there, the stick skills are so elite, they can take over and still get a shot off.
Roman in control that, have it on the near part, and they get his shot off that doesn't go. We do see a Roman player that's down as he slid all the way through.
Looks like
Just
he
a bit
might
slow getting off.
have slipped a bit of that post there as he was
Yeah.
sliding down.
And he's going to be down. The trainers are going to come out. So with that, we'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. 13:24 to go here at Northeast Flyers Skate Zone. So the player for Roman still being attended there at the far side. But Luke, this being your first broadcast, we were able to kind of convince you to join the broadcasting team, broadcasting club. What do you think of it so far?
I think it's a great opportunity for me to have. I'm enjoying it so far, and hopefully I can take over hockey as a sport for broadcasting as I develop as a broadcaster.
Luke, I think you're ready there. Hockey, a fast-paced sport. It's more, describing what you see without really thinking, which is what kind of turns people off a little bit. But I feel like, as long as you kind of just, keep on going, describe what you see, you'd be good to go. And sitting up there now, at the far away, it's hard to see the number from out here. We can see the second number is a 5, so it might be Gavin Ells. Luke is one of our lacrosse players.
And like you said earlier, with hockey being such a fast-paced sport, I think that's the beauty of broadcasting is when it's very fast-paced, you can just go with the flow and show your true talent on the mic.
And it's Con Adam to his feet now. But he's going to have to be helped off the ice here. So can probably say that's going to be the end of his night. We hope he's okay and nothing too serious. 13:24, 7-2 is our score right now with Egan on top. We did just have a couple questions of, is there a goal rule? How does that work here? Is there a running clock? Well, no, it's hockey, so you know, as you get a little bit older, there's no running clock. But the way that this one works is if you go up by 10 goals, either side, that immediately ends the game where you stand. That has to be after the first quarter, though. And unfortunately, we see Con Allen being taken right out to the locker room. He's being helped off the ice there by Kevin Brown and Winetsky. So not a good sign. We're rooting for him that it's not a serious injury and that he can be back on the ice sometime soon. The faceoff will be down in Egan Ryan's end. It will be there right at the goaltender, so along the near boards if you're watching on TV. You would
Yeah,
be
and like
watching
you
on TV.
mentioned, sorry, and like you mentioned earlier in the second period, that on an icing call, you can sub out players, which obviously icing in the big leagues is a big momentum breaker, but I think it's a good idea and you can use it to your advantage to sub out players and get freshmen on ice.
And it's really not a bad idea. As the puck's into that far corner with Roman, they get it out to the far point. There comes a shot, a wicked shot that dances through. I don't know how that one didn't go. A little too bouncy, probably, as now Roman has it along the near boards. Roman kept it in at the near point, pushed it up the boards. They're not able to keep it in a second time as this puck just rolls down where Roman's able to gather back in their own end. They give it off to the far way there and barrel it out to center ice now. Push it along the near side, backhanded along, gathered, held, and down to one leg as the puck just slides ahead into Ryan Egan's end. And it's a battle for it just over at the far blue line. Back behind the net we go. Try to center this one out in front of Roman. They're able to wrap around shot and a save. So Boothman able to get a save there. Again, our vantage point not that great. 12:34 to go. Nice save there by Boozman, and that shot was right there um, for an opportunity for Roman to gather another one. So not a game that we were expecting. We expected a high scoring game, but a high scoring game on both sides. It's really been a one-sided high scoring game. And I think that shows the development of this club, as you were mentioning earlier. We're here this year because we're trying to get more exposure. As this one center back out as Roman Catholic has it. They fire this one towards the net. It's kept out, backhanded shot, and covered and held there by Boothman. So plenty of opportunities. Roman able to keep that one out, but even there, talking about that building, the building of a program. That's what we're seeing here. Egan doing very well with Ryan, and both teams, or both schools rather, doing very well, able to hold their own out there on this ice.
Yeah, Conwell kicking back up the hockey program my freshman year here at Conwell, and we were very dominant back in the day, but it's great to see that we are picking back up right where we left off, merged with Archbishop Ryan, to still dominate in our division.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk to both schools' hopes are to have their own team again, right? To be able to, maybe not play with each other, but to play against each other. But both of them responding in a way saying that they don't want to push the other team out. So they don't want to push the other school out. So if they can't, feel they'll, put a team out on the ice, they'll do this again. If they can, they're going to try to figure out a way to intertwine the two once more, even if they have enough players. So this way, neither school is left out. 12:17 to go. Puck out through center. Roman Catholic with possession. They send it over to far way in their own end. They push up with it now, and they're able to bounce this one off the board, so they go back over the near way and back behind Ryan Egan's net. Over at the far point, but they're just going to let this one slide and down. No icing call. That one goes down on a deflection. Near side now. Holding, pushing, off the stick there. Oh, Egan. Egan whips it back in. Going back behind their own net. They try to backhand this one along. Logan Parade out on a penalty there as we didn't really see the call. We just happened to see it up here on the clock. 1:12 to go. So Egan short. That's why the original icing, but it looked like they could call it deflection. But with Egan being down now, and man, I'll get that for you in a second. This was sent over the far side. There's a shot that goes all the way through here to Cheerings. There's another rebound. That one goes all the way through again. Boostman with two great saves now. Again, not the best vantage point, but we're doing our best here. And moving up with it there now, out through center is Roman. It's an interference penalty on Logan Parade. Moving up there with it, though. And there's Roman with it now near side. Roman trying to get a shot off. Well, it's blocked out through traffic. Ryan and Egan able to push this one back out through center. Try to one-hand this one along. They're not able to, but they get it on the second attempt. They're holding. They're waiting. They get a big shot off. There's a straight-handed shot that goes off the face mask and into the far corner and going head first into the boards. There's Connor Bryson. No call, though, by either referee with 10:40 to go and 17 seconds here in left on this power play. This one pushed ahead and back down. It hits off the near board. 8 seconds to go. Moving up there with it. Center over at the far way is Roman. Roman trying to get one final push, but Sheridan there able to disrupt it a little bit. Roman and Sheridan over at the far side. It was 98 for Roman Catholic, and he's able to dish this one back out as he falls down to the ice. It's brought back over to the near side, and they try to backhand it back in, but Egan's there, and then they're just going to give it up back at the blue line with 10 minutes to go. Far away it goes, bounce off the boards. Almost too many men on the ice there for Roman, or for Egan and Ryan, rather, as they were off on a change. Back behind Egan Ryan's end, they send this one down. Well, now the near side. Into the corner it goes, holding, firing this one along. It's set the full length of the ice, but it hits off of Blake Martinez, so no icing call. Egan trying to do something at the red line, but they're not able to. And that allows Roman to move back into Egan's end. Roman into the far corner. They need help. They were going off on a change. They had this one deflected back out through center, but able to gain control there as Roman back out their own blue line with Brown holding. Brown trying to move up. Sheridan pressuring. Sheridan able to force them back further into the zone, but then it's eventually sitting back out over in the near way. kept in and then brought back out over the far side by Roman Catholic. So, offside call there. 8:55 to go.
Yeah, I think in this game at this moment, I think the biggest momentum shifter, aside from Tyler Shern and Blake Martinez, has to be Boothman and net. I mean, it looks like Roman Catholic is going to get a goal every time, and he just shuts it down and just keeps the momentum on Conwell and Archbishop Ryan's side.
I mean, and you can't do it too much here because, it's a combined school, so obviously less players on the bench. But is there anybody right now that if you're Roman, or if you're Conwell, Egan, Archbishop, or Ryan, that maybe you're giving a rest to make sure that they don't get hurt because you're going to need them later this season?
Like I said, yeah, I think you really give Tyler Stern a break here. Up 5-2, I think we need to put our more defensive forwards in and our best defensive line back there so we can shut out this game.
And back behind the net here, interference call in Roman's end as we see Gavin Barnes go down to the ice as he went in to play the puck. He immediately looked at us. We have a player down too. It is
Lawson Pierce looks like it's
Lawson
down the ice.
Pierce that's down. Wasn't sure if it was 93 or 83. He's at least on one knee though, so it doesn't look to be as serious. He's back off. He's going to get off on his own. Gavin Barnes, couple head shakes towards our way, recognizing that we're over here in the corner. You wanted to shout out tonight. Where there's a shout out. Face off to the right of the goaltender here. It's won by Roman, but they kept it at the far point. This one fired it off the post and kept out. Off that far post there. Roman moving up with it now. Roman trying to dance all the way through. Set back into the corner. Back behind the net and holding. On in their way. Ryan Egan moving up with it. They're going to go to the far side now. They just dance in a Roman's end. They drop back off at the point, and they send it over to the near point. Now it's kept in there. Almost sent back out. Here goes a shot on goal that's kicked off the pad into the corner. A backhanded attempt and opportunity there. And then this one just slowly pitchforked out in front of net as it's kept here in the zone, but then eventually kicked back out and down. 7:43 to go. 118 here on this power play for Egan Ryan. Little battle there, trying to get back in the center portion of the ice, but Egan and Ryan are eventually going to be able to do so now as they move up with it. Send it over far away. It's kept in, dumping this one in deep as Sean Schubert. Schubert's going to go slowly off on a change. Battle for it now along near boards, and this one sent all the way down. As the goaltender, Boostman's going to come out and hold it. Giving off there to Martinez now. Martinez comes along the near way. 45 seconds left on this power play. Martinez dances in the Roman's own near side. He still has it at the near portion of the net. Tries to go all the way in, and a whistle to stop play here. And what do we have? Another penalty here against Roman Catholic, a slashing call. So going out there is Johannes.
Not too sure about that penalty there. I feel like, especially when you have a man in the box in this situation, I think you just let the boys play, especially on the 2-on-1 like that where you're that close. It's really hard to make a good call there, and I think you just let them play.
Exactly, especially when you have a team that's already up by 5 at this point. Just let them go. This one off the netting and eventually sent back out. Now out of play into the stands. Matt Sheridan into the face-off circle. Roman Catholic, they're able to win it, but it's about for along the near corner. Cato down in at that near point. Sheridan there with it along the boards. He's going to take a hit as he tries to center this one across. He's able to do so, but intercepting it there is Brown. Brown moving up with it now. He has it at the near side. Brown tries to get a shot, backhanded shot off, but that's pushed into the far corner. A rebound that's left out, but down by 2. Egan and Ryan are going to push this one off further. They just come back in. It's Sheridan with it. Sheridan pushes it around. Sheridan tries to dance around the referee. So a little disadvantage for him. Egan has control now at that near point. Waiting, looking, firing it towards the net. Sheridan trying to redirect that one, but it goes all the way through into the corner. Sheridan, they're waiting, trying to disrupt it. It's brought back up the near side. Gavin Barnes gives it back to Sheridan. Barnes, a freshman. Sheridan, a senior. at Conwell Egan Catholic. Moving up there with it now is Roman 6:04 to go. The one penalty's now expired, so it'll be 1 minute on the last one with 5:14 to play here. It's battle for at the far blue line. We're moving up there with it now is Martinez. He comes in a Roman's end. Martinez dances through the defense. Breaking is trying to score. Martinez had to go through 4 different players. He was able to do so, and as a result, gets a goal. And there is your player that you keep talking about throughout this game that's really doing something for this team.
Yeah, amazing goal there by Blake Martinez. I feel like he's so disciplined on defense with the stick, and he can just come right up the ice on a fast break through the neutral zone to get a goal. And I think the main idea and main component of this Archbishop Ryan Conley team is how versatile and well-rounded their defensive line is. Most defenders, you think they have the powerful slap shot, but we have defensive linemen that have great backhands and very disciplined on with their stick on the short shots.
Well, Egan now up 8-2. As they have it back behind their own net. It's battle for it there as Michael Devlin back in. He's throwing himself around out there, so a little frustration by him. Walk over to far board, set back down. Egan really just trying to give chase, trying to kill a little bit of time here. 5:16 to go. Battle for the forward to the right of the Roman goaltender. It is Roman Catholic that's able to come out on top with it. Roman Catholic looking, Joey Muggy able to move in and force a pass that's going to go down. Battle for it there, race for the puck. Roman is going to lose it, and then it's eventually sent over at the near corner. So brought back ahead. Set aside, and then back behind the net it's going to go. So set back out through the slot area. Save here by Ryan Egan. So 4:39 to go. Our basketball season will be picking up soon. We'll be back live on air for that post, and intermission reporters. Had a lot of fun with that. We're going to see if we can adapt some of that here, but that may mean a little bit more of a video feed that we're hoping to get you starting next week. And our studio reporters will be remote for that if we are able to pull it off. So we'll see. But the face-off one there at the far side by Egan and Ryan, they have it now. They're bringing up, they just bring it on the near way to Roman end. It's back behind it. That's where they go before 28. This one ball up on the near board. Kept in at the near point now. Set back behind the net into the far corner. And then brought back now at the near side. As you see, Egan and Ryan are just going to kind of let this one squiggle back out through center and down. It is Roman with it at the far way. Roman tries to get it off that near way. Now it's pissed into the corner. Holding and waiting. And brought back out to the near corner now. Along the near boards. Kept it at the point momentarily. But then it's Egan and Ryan able to move up with it. They have it now. They're in Roman's end. They get a shot right into the glove hand. That one off the stick there of Tyler Shern. So Shern still making his name known out there. Hat trick for him tonight. Looking for the 5th one with 3:54 to go.
Yeah, like you said, you think they should keep the big guys out, especially at a lead like this, so they don't get hurt. But I think this is more of a statement to know that Ryan and Egan just want to make it known that they think they are better than this team and that they're not going to give up all season.
Egan winning the face-off. There goes another shot on goal. It was a weak shot by Sean Schubert. Intentional there. As we're not trying to drive this score up or either team. That's one forced into the corner now. Far corner into Ryan's end where Roman's able to get it. He tried to center this one all the way across, but it dances all the way through now to the near corner. Roman goes down on the play. Hands stay down by the referees. This one kept at the near point, and then eventually intercepted, but kept in again as Egan tried to clear. It's forced back behind the net. Roman with it now at the far corner. They try to send this one back out in front. They do. The shot's going to come off. It's going to go wide over at the far post. Back behind it goes again. This one slides all the way around. Cut in and then eventually sent back out through center where Egan is going to try to force it back out into Roman's end. They do, but Roman able to get her, push it back out through center, and now dancing to Ryan Egan's end. They take a shot off. Goaltender's going to come out with 2:56 to go, and a stoppage of play as that one is going to be a penalty and a high sticking call. Another believe One was on Egan. Looks like it was on Connor Brayson, but Roman Catholic giving him a long talk all the way back. It was on Connor Brayson, so Egan in the penalty box. I don't really know what Roman was arguing there. He got the call. Well, it kind of made it look like it was on them by the way they were reacting. Roman has it back out at Egan's blue line. They send this one in wide over the far away. 2:40 to go here. Slide this one all the way across. A shot that's going to be fanned off on the near side. He's not going to go. Kept it at the near point now. Roman Catholic in the near corner. Waiting, looking, fires it out through center, sends it over the far slot. They get a shot off. That's not going to go. Brought back out on the near side. That one hit off the boards down. Kept it at the near point. And a shot that just hits up the air, hits up in the air off the safety netting. And another stoppage here at 2:18 to go.
Yeah, Conwell Egan not even breaking a sweat on this man down play. Of course, they are up 6 goals, but even in a close situation, I think they trust their power play unit to get this defense going.
Gets a shot off there. Brought along the near boards now, where Roman Catholic able to keep it at the near point. They push it up in the near corner. Down to 2:08, 113 left on the penalty power play. This one hits high and off the glass back behind the net. Over at the far point now, it's kept in. A bouncing puck almost right out. Roman with it. Roman moving towards that right out in front of the goaltender. They backhand this one along, and it's held. Extra pushing and shoving out there now. As we did hear that tensions would fly. Both teams very physical. Both teams they don't like each other. This is your rival if you are playing each other right now. Thomas Lally giving a bark to the bench that he's on his way back.
Gavin Miller goes to the box as well. 59 seconds left on Connor Bryson's penalty. 2 minutes fresh on Gavin Miller's.
So Egan will end this game down at man. This one set the full length of the ice now. Roman really just letting Egan come in though and tie the puck up a little bit. As Matt Sherner is able to just to kill a little bit of time off with the far boards. This was sent back out through center, but pushed right back in by Egan and Ryan.
Yeah, it seems like Roman is toning it down a bit as this game goes on, which obviously, when you're down this many goals, it's hard to not. But especially on these first meet matchups like this, as against a team that is at your caliber level, I think you have to keep pushing till the last buzzer in the third period, just to show them that you're not done after this game is over.
Here goes Martinez right now. It's just him and the goaltender. He backhands this one along, but it's kicked back out by that near pad. And a nice save there for Roman Catholic. So these two teams are going to come back to play each other in just a few weeks. What do you think they're going to try to do different to make sure that they come back out on top?
I think that they are going to try and not supposedly have a plan while going to the game, but trying to adapt more freely as the game goes on. As you'd see, a lot of these fast-paced sports, if you have a plan when you're coming into the game and it doesn't work from the start, it can be very hard to adapt and execute that new plan after the periods are ended.
I agree. Down to the final minute here. Roman Catholic gains control and Egan Ryan's end. They have it along the near boards. They turn this one all the way across. It's gathered at the 4 point. Kept in at the blue line. Looking, pushing up into the far corner, calling back for it, but he's not going to get it as it's pushed back out to the other side and deflection. Down to the final 30 seconds to play. 8-2 is our scores. This one's setting out the full length of the ice. 25 seconds now. Backhanded this one along to the goaltender, but then go too far as Roman's going to have to gather in their own corner and then lose it along the near boards to Ryan. And Ryan Egan holding. They get a shot that goes high and off the glass, brought back out to the near side, kept back in, final 9 seconds to go here. Moving up with it, it's kicked off there 4 seconds, and that is how we are going to end this hockey game. So, it is a final score of 8-2. Roman Catholic trails, and we saw a Connor Bryson dodge what it looked like was going to be a one-handed slap with a stick from a Roman player, but he thought better of it. So, Luke, final game 8-2. Outstanding job on your first broadcast. Who are you going to pick as your player of the game here today?
I mean, I think it's no doubt that Tyler Shern is going to take home player of the game today, along with I think Blake Martinez and Cole Boothman helped him push to that hat trick and really just be super disciplined and capitalize on every fast break he had.
All right. Well, I agree with you. They both did outstanding here tonight, and we'll see how they do in a couple of weeks. Our next game will be here on the 21st. We'll continue to have more sports for you here on the Eagle Eye Network. I'm Dan Connor, Luke Ayling. Have a good night.